Okay.
Sniper,
And he can't hold a candle. You're doing exactly what I just said.
I'm not doing. I'm not. Let me finish the point. All I'm saying is everybody keeps bringing up this nonsense about that. I'm cool.
Beast 46 says Jokic equals GOAT center. Probably going to go through another season without another All-Star. He's playing outside the matrix.
GOAT center, no. But do you? If he does this, and I'll ask Penn. I'll start with Penn, and then Ox, because I feel like we've had the conversation somewhere before, and then John D. If he does this just maintains what he's done since 21 and now till 2028, so 3 more years. Is he a top 5 player
ever? Wow. If he keeps doing what he's doing,
how long would that be? 8 years.
So that would be. Well, this is year 5 of MVP. So in 3 more top of the league years, 3 more.
I need a decade. I need a decade, Swiper. I do.
I feel like, and
that would be.
This might be but I feel there's a drastic difference between this Jokic and 2021 Jokic. Like, he won MVP in 21. Yeah, but like this player that I'm watching now is like he would win MVP unanimously against 21 Jokic. Like, he's that much better.
Okay, so
22 Jokic too, Moss.
Here's a question, because
23 to now is like a different level of player from 22.
Yes.
Okay, but the league is just way more talented today. So who he is technically beating out for these awards also needs to be factored in. So here's the question for y'all. Who is the last player that would win MVP, any iteration of that player, over this current Nikola Jokic?
Like play like
are we taking narrative out?
No record.
I'm just saying.
So let's be okay.
What version of what player is better than this version?
That was a good question.
Hold on, Chill, for the clip. Penn, ask the question again, and then Chill, you can start it off. Penn, what's the direct question again?
JD know how to edit Swiper?
Sometimes he don't, because them clips don't be making me don't be flattering me.
Look like I'm laughing.
That was crazy, JD. Shout out.
That's good for the clicks, Mark.
So if this version of Jokic is the best version of Jokic we've seen, then my question is, which version of which player over the last 15, 20, 25 years would you say is better than this version of Jokic? Because you're talking about sustaining this peak. Now, it's different to say, oh, you got to be great for 10 years. We got to ask how great, and greater than what? Greater than who? It's one thing to say he's the best player in the league. He's not the best player in the league in a watered down league in 2007. He's not the best player in the league in a watered down 2004. He is the best player in the league when there are legit MVP candidates across the board. Because I think there's a question to be had right now. Who's the second best player in the league? A lot of y'all say Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think this version of Giannis would probably win some MVPs across league history. I think he'd win a lot of MVPs. So if he's better than him, then I'm just questioning, is it 2021 Giannis? Is it 2014?
So Penn, let's run it.
Who's better? So Penn, 2017 LeBron is the last player I'm convinced is probably better than Jokic.
I was just about to say that, because if we ran it down, 23 MB, he better than him, right? I think he's better than 23 MB.
Any modern player post Bron.
He's better
than everyone not named LeBron.
He's better than both 22 and 21 Joker. He's better than 20 Giannis. I think he's better than 19 Giannis. I think he's better than 18 Harden. I think he's better than 17 Russ. Is he better than 16 Curry?
Better than Curry. He's better than Curry 15, 16.
Again, he's not better than 21 Kawhi.
No, okay. Just to be clear. So 30, again, the numbers are 30, 14, 12, 57, 56, 84, and he's smashing every record known to man. So
he's not.
Let me just
no, but I'm saying, but we're saying this is.
Yeah, but I'm not.
This is him at his best.
Go to 40. Go to 40. Go to 40.
But then I'm gonna pick a Steph Curry stretch from April 2021.
Drop it to 40. Drop it to 40. Drop it to his playoff average. Drop it to his playoff average, which is 40. Just drop it to 40.
Right.
He's a good shooter. That's what I'm dropping it to.
Hang on 1 second.
Yep.
Going from 2000 till Nikola Jokic won his first MVP. There's 20 MVPs. Okay.
Sure.
We're talking Shaquille O'Neal, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe Bryant, 2008, LeBron back-to-back, 09, 010, Derrick Rose, 2011, LeBron back-to-back, 12, 13, KD, Steph back-to-back, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and then back-to-backs for Giannis. what player that I just named is better than this version of Nikola Jokic?
Are we just doing the MVP year or the player?
Assume he wins MVP this year because some people have him as the odds-on favorite. What MVP over the last 20 years, not named Nikola Jokic himself? Hey, wait. We can also agree that this is also the best version of Jokic, correct?
I agree.
But last year,
I think 2017 LeBron is better than 2017 Russ, but Russ won the MVP. So do I just not count 2017 LeBron because he didn't win the MVP?
I think 2017
he should have averaged a triple-double.
Yeah, he should have done that. I don't even know what he averaged, but like, so am I just doing? So like, can I only use 13 LeBron? Is that the most recent?
No. Just do player. And just do season.
The last player I'm convinced was better than Jokic is 2017 LeBron. This
is the 18 playoff run, right?
No, that's 2018. I'm not saying he's definitively. I'm saying 2017 is definitively better.
Yeah,
2018. I had the conversation, but I know how people feel about 2018. So if you want to say 2018, that's fine. 2017, 2018. That LeBron is the last player I think was better than Jokic.
And we're just talking about league MVPs, Moss. That's all we're talking about. We're just talking about league MVPs.
Then I think he might not win it this year.
No. You have to go.
We're not just talking about league MVPs. I just want to make sure that. Okay, I just want to make sure that we're clear.
LeBron is the last one. So 2019, I don't think anyone was better than this Jokic. 2020, no. All the way to now, I don't think so.
36 a game, James Harden.
Nah, he ain't better than Jokic. And then like 2016, Curry, I'd consider.
Okay.
And then everything before that, and then Shaq is. Yeah,
so this is age 32.
And then everyone else is now. I'll have the conversation.
So to answer the initial question, Swiper, I don't think he has to do this for 3 more years. I think he has to do this for like
to be top 5, then?
To be top 5.
Who's your top 5 right now? Yeah, who's your top 5, and then we'll just see who he has to pass.
I think you can. Look, man, I'm not. Like when I saw the title of this show, I immediately was like, "Oh, here we go again." I don't even want to do this. I don't want to. I don't want to do the Nikola Jokic Glaze session. But if you're gonna talk about how great he is,
stay right here, Pen. Stay right here, Pen. How many more years do you think he got to do?
Why can't? That's so weird. Like, so we did it with LeBron. You did it with Mike. You did it with Shaq. You did it with all the time with Kobe.
They're better. Swipe.
Stay right here.
Sure. You think so?
How many more?
You think so? You think so? And he's running the league still, Ox. Your favorite players are running the league still. That doesn't make sense to me.
Stay right here.
That don't make sense. No kill. A dude averaging 30 on 60% from the field, 14 rebounds and 12 assists, and we're still
he got 0 aura. That's the problem. He just wants to be with his horses, and people don't like him. Okay, and you just gotta cope with that. I don't know how you're gonna cope with that.
I actually like that, Pen. I like players that can relax and not take basketball so
people keep saying no defense. Anthony Davis wouldn't. I literally was running away from him during the game, and we haven't finished talking about the game, by the way. But go ahead, Ben.
We'll get back to it.
Basketball is weirdly complicated, right? And it's gotten more complicated as we've gotten into more dynamic offenses. Sure. Frankly, more talented players across the board. The game used to be a little bit simpler. Would y'all agree? The game used to be a little bit simpler to understand, a little simpler to talk about. There was way less involved in terms of what my eyes had to watch for. There was, and the problem is that as the more complicated the game gets, our minds, at least collectively as fans, have not evolved, right?
The game sometimes. My bad, Pen. The game it's just the fact that we are all on YouTube now, and we have to figure out more things. We got to dig in and talk about more stuff because there's too much time. We're doing this for 3 hours, so now we got to make up conversations, do stuff, and just have conversations over and over again, saying different words. We could have did that in 1990 if YouTube was around.
Ox, are you saying that the game is the same as it was 20 years ago?
It's not exactly the same, but it's still a very simple
basketball game. Is basketball.
No, it's not,
basketball is basketball. Look, I'm not going to argue
that. I was watching
very simple. We could have did all of this if there was YouTube in 1995. We could do this for 3 hours and still make it seem so complicated.
And by the way, I'm so sick of people. I'm so sick of people saying the bigs in this league aren't elite. Victor Wembanyama is already being touted as a top 15 player ever at some point. He's in the league currently. Anthony Davis, go ahead, Ox.
No. I cut you off, Pen. My bad. That's not my bad.
Listen, I genuinely wanted to watch. I love Latrell Sprewell and Allen Houston. The two of my favorite.
1990 basketball was real.
1990s was real, man. And being a Knicks fan through the 90s, watching that team go up against the San Antonio Spurs in the finals, it was dope. I was really hyped about it. So I went back and I watched some of those games, those playoff games in the finals, just to see how much the game has changed. And the game has changed.
It's completely different.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that our mind.
Did you see the MJ criticizers, by the way, Penn, when they were putting Michael's tape up in Game 1 of the NBA Final versus Utah? They're running these horrific half court sets, turning the ball over out. So it's a different level of skill.
Absolutely. And I mean, it becomes a little bit more complicated when you start to say, well, people back then couldn't hang now. No, they would just be playing a different game and they would adapt their God-given abilities and work ethic to that situation, like Michael would, like Bill Russell would, like Shaq would. My point is that because the game has gotten so complicated, we as fans need to get really evolved in terms of how we talk about the game. And I don't think we have gotten there yet. Defensively, offensively, it's all very complicated. So a lot of us use analytics to describe what we're seeing out there. Nikola Jokic is one of the most complicated basketball players I've ever seen in my life. The number of ways that he's impacting the game is really, it's like it's taking everything that Jason Kidd did, a lot of stuff that Shaq did, a lot of stuff that Kareem did, a lot of stuff that is really some of the greatest players of all time, Magic, all those guys, Steve Nash, and it's balling it up into this very weird thing that we've never seen before in the NBA, at least in a superstar in his prime. And so a lot of people are going to say, well, this doesn't look like the superstar big that I grew up watching.
Sure.
So I don't like it. He doesn't block shots like Hakeem. He doesn't snarl at people like Shaq. He's not, necessarily, he's not
elite athlete like David Robinson.
Not an athlete. So I don't really get what these numbers are saying about him. But really, he's doing all the same stuff that a lot of those other guys did. He's making players better, just like Magic did. He's passing out of the post way better than Shaq did, in my opinion. He's clogging up space. He's dominating in the paint. He's got a higher true shooting percentage probably on his career than Shaq does. He's doing a lot of the same stuff. You just don't like it because it's not familiar. So, look, the truth is, right now, very much so, you could say his best years are really up there with any of those guys in the top five. His best years are up there with LeBron. His best years are up there with Magic. The issue is he has one championship, and he's on a team.
That's not the only issue. And a lot of times, I think that you, in particular, think that when somebody doesn't like the same thing you like, that they don't understand. And I don't think that's the case.
That is the case sometimes, though, Ox. That's why they don't like it. They don't get it.
No. Sometimes they don't like it because they don't like it. Like they don't have. But I understand that. I understand that. But I'm saying, like, sometimes people want to, sometimes people are like, well, he doesn't do this. He doesn't play. Oh, for instance, this is a perfect example with Jokic. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, well, what about the defense? And for them to say that, and then you talk about, well, he does this, he does that. Okay, that's fine. He's great. Jokic is great. I'm not here to tear down Jokic. I think he's an amazing player. I think he is one of the great centers. He will go down as one of the great centers of all time. Some people are like, well, he doesn't protect the rim. And then you get guys like Swiper and Penn who would talk about his playmaking and this and that. And they're like, yeah, but he doesn't protect the rim. And then they're like, well, you just don't understand how. Well, no. They understand.
No.
It doesn't make sense
because hold on. I get that. I've heard, but again, Mark, I've heard that criticism of that man for years. At the end of the day, everybody said going into the last Monday, the best two-way player in the sport is Anthony Davis. Everybody knows he's one of the best rim protectors in the league. He's been one of the best offensive players in the league. We all agree on that. But he's one of the best rim protectors since 2000, by the way, over the course of his career. And he can't hold a
Anthony Davis.
Okay.
And he can't hold a candle.
You're doing exactly what I just said.
I'm not doing. Let me finish the point. All I'm saying is everybody keeps bringing up this nonsense about that. I'm cool. He'll never be that. I get it. It's a preferential thing. I understand that people don't like the fact that he can't jump high, that he can't block shots, and that's not something he can consistently do in the regular season. The issue is every time he faces one of the elite two-way centers, he mauls them, and it doesn't end up mattering.
You are doing exactly what I just said, Swiper. I don't think you realize what I'm saying.
I know what I'm doing, but Magic was the same way.
Swiper, please, bro, please relax, because I know we're talking about Jokic, and I know you're getting a little upset because we're talking about Jokic. I'm not gonna move. See, Swiper, this is what you do. No, you're gonna have to listen to this because we have.
No, because it's the same thing with Magic. We heard this.
No. Okay, that's fine.
We heard all this.
We're not talking about Magic right now. If we're talking about Magic, then do that. We're talking about Jokic. The title is Nikola Jokic runs the NBA. The thumbnail is Nikola Jokic sitting on the throne. So we're going to talk about Nikola Jokic, Swiper. I don't care how you feel about it. That's the title of the show. So
let's talk about the criticism about Jokic.
It doesn't make sense.
No,
it's a good title. Look,
relax, Swiper, because what I'm saying is you just did what I said. Nobody's saying he's not great. What I'm saying is that particularly guys like you and Penn cannot accept that people don't like that he doesn't protect the rim. And then you're saying, well, when he goes against Anthony Davis, who's an elite rim protector, he kills him. That's a fact. We already said that. But you can't tell people that they don't understand what they're looking at because they don't like that he doesn't protect the rim.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really, you're cool. You can speak for some of those people. I heard these same dumb arguments, not from you, Ox, dumb arguments that said that he was the worst MVP since David Cowens. I remember that. I remember the era when he said he was a back-to-back MVP. That's cool. That's cool. He was a back-to-back MVP, and people said he wasn't a top 5 player. March 2023. I remember this. I was in the room. I was listening to these people. So the same people that had criticism, and then they said he couldn't win a title, and then he dominates to a title, and then, he didn't play nobody on the way to a title. It's all nonsense. It's not based on reality at all. It's all based on preference. It's that simple. If you prefer a certain big, then cool. But all the criticism, and none of it's really logistically lodged in anything that's an actual argument. It's narratives. Go ahead, Mars.
Is it based on reality that Jokic isn't a good rim protector?
He's not a good rim protector. He'll never be. I even argued this the other day. He's never going to be one. Factually.
So, is it also in reality that the most important position for rim protection is the 5 spot?
100%.
Historically, yes, 1,000%.
Okay. So, is it also then, based on those two conclusions, is it reasonable for people to want their center to be a good rim protector and therefore have an issue when he is not?
Yes, it is reasonable to think that.
Okay, so if it is reasonable, if it is reasonable for people to want to value rim protection at the 5 spot, why do we then have to bring up everything else he does offensively and away from that when their issue with Jokic is about the rim protection? If you want to convince them of what they believe, instead of just saying, well, he does this, and this on offense, that's not how you convince someone. If you want to convince them, you either have to try and convince them that Jokic is probably better defensively.
I'm not pushing back against people that value that.
Yeah, and that's fine. You either have to convince them that he's better defensively than he is, than they think, or that his rim protection value isn't as detrimental as they believe it to be because of difference in error or other things he brings to the table. That's how you convince someone. You can't just be yelling about, oh, well, he makes these reads out the post. Like, that's not going to convince someone. So if you want to convince someone and have them speak on your playing field or come to your conclusion or get somewhere close to it, instead of just repeating the same point over and over that they clearly don't care about, you're going to have to come to their worldview and either convince them.
But again, I'm cool. But I'd be fine with that if they listen. Because again, we brought this up after the Miami.
I'm sorry, Swipe. I have to mute you. Unfortunately, I got to do my job. I can't get fired today. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, bro. I would love to hear it, man. I really would. But hey, super chats talk, bro. Super chats talk, man. It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.